Poteet. Number 3, Mikey Teasley. Number 2, Parker Free. Number 24, Joseph Webb. Number 5, Carson Fagan. Number 1, Noah Wood. Number 13, Jaden Cheverton. Number 6, Whit Reniger. And number 21, Isaiah Wilson. And now, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce your Harden Valley Hawks. Playing center field, number 20, Ty Sowers. Number 10, Cameron Dillon. At shortstop, number 11, Jax Sparks. Behind the plate, number 13, Kenny Lane. At second, number 3, Jack Pate. Playing third, number 5, Sasha Webster. On the mound tonight, number 28, Camden Huckabee. On first, number 21, Wyatt Fellers. And in right field, number 17, Bryson Loveland. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand to your feet. Gentlemen, remove your caps and focus towards center field as we get ready to sing tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's our national anthem here from Harden Valley Academy, getting set for Oak Ridge High School baseball. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge taking on the Harden Valley Hawks. My name is David Clary, along with Caleb Jackson and Caleb Riker. We are getting set for this second district game between the two schools. The Wildcats winning last night's game 9-1 over the Hawks. The Wildcats trying to win their fourth district ball game. That PA is very loud, but he is really good, and is what he does. As we're about to get set here, got a couple cameras working. We're not running our scoreboard that we had hoped to use today, but hopefully we'll have it on board for our ball game tomorrow as the Wildcats take on one opponent, the Catholic Fighting Irish, I believe, at CAK. The game's at CAK for sure, I know. As the Wildcats getting ready to lead things off here, I'll give you the starting lineups. First off for the Wildcats, Warren East, along with, he'll be leading things off playing center field. Batting second will be the right fielder Brooks Poteet. Batting third will be the third baseman Mikey Teasley. Batting fourth will be the catcher Parker Free. Batting fifth will be Joseph Webb. He'll be pitching today for the Wildcats. Carson Fagan will be out in the outfield. Noah Wood will be at short. Jaden Cheverton is in action today too. He is the designated hitter, I do believe. I got the lineup late here. Whit Reniger is going to be playing second base, and Isaiah Wilson will be playing first. We're about to get underway here. The Wildcats and the Harden Valley Hawks on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We're about to get set. You look at the top of the screen to our right, you'll see the sponsors for our broadcast as Warren East leads things off, and we're about to have baseball for you here on YouTube. Caleb's working the scoreboard and the switcher, and the first pitch of the ball game is high and outside, and we are underway here from Harden Valley. Working quickly, the pitch to Warren is hit on the ground right up the middle. That's going to go into center field, and that's a great start for the Wildcats. A leadoff single by Warren East. The Wildcats have the first base runner of the ball game. Batting now will be Brooks Poteet. Brooks bats from the left side. He's a transfer from Powell High School. Was injured in the Anderson County game, missed a couple of ball games, but it's good to have him back. Got on base a couple times yesterday in the victory over Harden Valley. Poteet stands in. The first pitch to him, he squares to bunt, takes a strike on the outside half of the plate at the knees, and the count is 0-1. There's a great crowd here at Harden Valley. There's a tremendous track meet going on up at the football field. Warren takes his lead, draws the throw over to first, and easily back to the bag he goes. One of our sponsors for baseball, Mike Kelly, is sitting right here in front of us. Always good to have Mike. Mike's been loyal to this baseball team all year. I think he's been about every game. That ball bounced up, picked up by the catcher. He's going to throw down, and he is out. So Warren East is caught stealing. The ball didn't bounce too far away from the catcher, and he was gunned down, and that is the first out of the inning. Ball is hit in the air deep to center field. The center fielder back on it, makes the catch right in front of the fence for out number 2. The ball was hit well by Brooks, but out. Now the batter will be the third baseman, Mikey Teasley.
Now to the plate, number 3, Mikey Teasley.
A lot of old familiar faces in the crowd today. I see L.C. Wilson down to my right. I see the Sharp family to our left as well. Donnie Sharps was a fine baseball player, and his sisters played basketball for the Wildcats. A lot of people, but that track meet looks like a football game. In fact, there might be more people at that track meet than sometimes Harden Valley might have in their football games. I don't know. As that pitch is a ball. Mikey back in. The pitch to the plate is hit on the ground. Foul off to the left side over towards the Oak Ridge dugout. And the count is even at 1-1 strike. We're on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We appreciate that. Pitch to the plate is cut on a miss, and Mikey is a strikeout victim swinging, and that is out number 3 here in the first inning. We go to the bottom half of the first. We're live at Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge taking on the Harden Valley Hawks, and we'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Harden Valley Academy. Joseph Webb with his warm-up tosses for the Wildcats, a long throw down. And it'll be the top of the order, obviously, as we go to the bottom half of the first inning here at Harden Valley Academy. We'll get a shot over in a moment of that track meet that's going on just to the right. Ty Sowers is the batter. He steps in. Wildcats won last night's ball game 9-1 in a game played at Bobby Hopkins Field. The Wildcats are 3-0 in district play. Wildcats have a couple victories over McMinn County and, of course, the win last night over the Hawks. Parker Free is the catcher. The wine, and Joe's first pitch is hit foul over towards that track meet and out of play. Caleb, swing the camera over there towards the track meet for a second to show how many people are actually sitting in their stands. If we can get a better shot of that. And that's it over there as that pitch comes in fast. Joe, of course, a Vanderbilt commit. He's a junior, transferred from Pigeon Forge. He comes to the plate, hit foul again, hard over towards the Harden Valley dugout. 2 strikes. Tomorrow the Wildcats will be playing a 4 o'clock ball game at CAK. And then Saturday, a doubleheader at Farragut against a team from Florida and against Jefferson County. Here's the pitch, a little bit inside. Parker has a sign. I'll get the defense for the Wildcats here in a moment. The wine and the pitch. Cut on a missed, and that is a strikeout. Out number 1 here in this inning. And the batter will be Cam Dillon. He steps in. He'll bat from the right side. The Hawks wearing their all-white jerseys with kind of Carolina blue colors. As Joe comes in. Pitch is hit foul once again. In the summer, he was throwing in the 90s. And like I said, he can fire it. Last time we saw him was at McMinn County. He had some control problems in that ball game. Comes in, that ball is hit on the ground weakly up the first base line, but foul. No balls and 2 strikes to Dillon. He'll be followed by Jack Sparks in the Harden Valley lineup. Isaiah Wilson's playing first base. Whit Renegers at second. The shortstop is Noah Wood. The third baseman, Mikey Teasley. I'll set the outfield for you here in a moment. The wine, the 2-strike pitch. Hit in the air, foul again. Off to the right side. Have a little trouble getting around on Joseph. He's ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. We have no score, just underway. And the 0-2 pitch is just a bit high. The count is 1-2. Okay, I have other ideas here. We get the other tripod, maybe we can set it up directly behind the plate. I know somebody's going to have to walk down there. Here's the 2-strike pitch, hit foul. Are you up for a hike? Because we parked a long ways away.
I already went and worked out today, but I guess I'll get another workout in.
Well, maybe between innings, possibly. Parker with a sign. And the 2-strike pitch. Hit on the ground. Foul up the third base line. Fielded in the third base coaching box by the Harden Valley Hawks. In the lineup here today, I noticed there was the name of Fellers actually playing. And Joe Fellers was a pitcher for the Wildcats, and his son is on this Harden Valley team. As a 2-strike pitch is way outside. And I believe the count is 2-2. It's kind of hard to see. The shadows are coming in on the home plate area. We are situated in the best place they gave us. Here's the pitch. That's outside and low. So I mentioned in the McMinn County ball game, Joe had a little control issues. Walked 4, maybe 5, hit a batter, but he won the ball game. He's 2-0 on the year. Here's the pitch. There's called strike 3. And it's out number 2. And the batter now will be Jack Sparks.
Number 11, Jack Sparks.
I don't even know why I need to talk. That PA is so loud. I'm sure. Like last night, we did just a camera ball game. Didn't have an announcer or anything, and this guy would have been perfect. Although Coach Branson did a pretty good job last night. Here's the pitch. That's up high. Joe grunts as he throws that one just a bit above the batter shoulders, and the count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch. He grunts again, and that one's low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Brooks Poteet is in right field. Warren East is in center field. Carson Fagan is over in left for the Wildcats. Pretty much the same lineup we've been seeing. There's a called strike right down the middle, right at the knees. And the count is now 1-2. Our old friend Rick Hendricks is the umpire behind the plate. Here's a called strike. And the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rick actually played baseball for Oak Ridge. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that since he's umpiring this game. That was many years ago. 2-strike pitch is another strikeout. So Joseph Webb looking strong here. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. We go to the top of the second inning. We are live at Harden Valley Academy on a beautiful day for baseball. We got a lot of baseball coming up here in the near future. We've got games Friday and Saturday, and then we'll be traveling out to Gulf Shores, Alabama for ball games that will be played on, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly on Thursday. And we'll try to have those broadcasts for you as well on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We'll take a break. We'll send it off once again. We'll be back with the second inning. The Wildcats will have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, Free, Webb, and Fagan to bat. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats leading things off here in the second inning will be the catcher, the junior Parker Free. Parker leads the team in home runs. He's got 3 on the year for the Wildcats. Been very consistent all season long at the plate and behind the plate. He takes a called strike, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch to Parker, hit on the ground to the shortstop. Fields it on 3 hops, throws high, but in time to retire Parker Free for out number 1. Better now will be the pitcher for the Wildcats. That'll be Joseph Webb. Joe, I think the last time he went yard was at McMinn County last week. He's the pitcher. He's 2-0 on the year, as I mentioned. Squares to bunt and takes a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Much warmer conditions than yesterday's ball game for sure. Here's a 1-strike pitch to Joe. Cut on and missed. And the count is 0-2. Joseph will be followed by Carson Fagan, Noah Wood, Jaden Cheverton, then Whit Reniger. Pitch is a called strike and right down the middle. And that's a strikeout looking, and that is the second strikeout for the Harden Valley pitcher. And the batter now will be Carson Fagan.
Carson Fagan.
That pitch is a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Carson takes another strike. He's just throwing BBs here. The wind and the pitch hit well to right center field. The center fielder back once again on the warning track, makes the catch for out number 3. So 3 up and 3 down for the Wildcats here in the second. We go to the bottom half of the inning. We have no score from Harden Valley, the Wildcats, and the Hawks. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Harden Valley. We go to the bottom half of the second inning of this District 4 ball game. So far, Joseph Webb has faced 3 batters. He struck all 3. The batter now, Kenny Lane, the cleanup hitter, and he swings through the first pitch, and the count is 0-1. One strike pitch. Hit well to left field. The left fielder, Carson Fagan, will have to play it on a hop, and that is a leadoff single for the Hawks. He gets the ball in quickly. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Hawks, and they've got a runner on with nobody out.
Jack Pate.
And the batter now will be Jack Pate.
I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right. On top. Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right. On time is tricky.
Pate stands in with a runner at first, being held on by the first baseman, Isaiah Wilson. He squares the bunt. They've got him in between. If Parker will throw it, and he throws it high, and then there's a collision down at second base. Parker a little bit delayed on getting the throw. There was a huge collision between the base runner and the Wildcat infielder, and we have an injury timeout. So we'll take a quick break. The strikeouts this season are going to be brought to you by the class of 1989. Chris Corwin, we appreciate all the things that he does for our broadcast. Hopefully everybody's okay. I'll run down the rest of our sponsors here in a second. Wildcats are 8-0. As I mentioned, trying to win yet another district ball game. The Wildcats are 3-0 in district play. Parker kind of hesitated. He was caught in between, and then by the time he decided to throw it, he kind of sailed it over the top of the infielder's head. As we have a injury timeout, why don't we take a break? This injury timeout is brought to you by one of our sponsors, East Tennessee Spine and Sport. We'll be back to Harden Valley Academy in a moment. The injured Wildcat Noah Wood up on his feet, got an applause. The Harden Valley Academy trainer assisted. Brian Leffler, our official trainer, he is with the softball Lady Wildcats. Noah's going to stay in the ball game, and that's good to see. There was a pretty nasty collision as the Wildcats will see the Hawks come in with a runner at second base with nobody out. Appreciate you listening to our broadcast on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Once again, Pate steps back in. Runner takes his lead off of second. Squares to bunt. The Wildcats charge at first. Mikey stays put at third. The pitch is a called strike. Right down the middle. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Live from Harden Valley Academy. Caleb Rucker doing our top camera. We're going to work on a second camera, have we said, as that pitch is hit him. And let's see if he's okay. He caught one either on the wrist. Last night, the very first batter of the ball game was hit on the wrist. He did square to bunt. It ticked off either his elbow or the bat, but he did square to bunt. Let's see what Mr. Hendricks decides. If they're going to send Pate to first, they are going to send him to first. So the Hawks will have runners at first and second and nobody out. Now, Coach Travis Free is out to talk to Rick about the call. And he squared the bunt. And typically that is a foul ball. And this conversation taking place, maybe Rick should bring in the fielding, in the field umpire. Obviously, Coach Free didn't get the answer that he wanted. But as they'll step in with Sasha Webster. So after a very clean first inning, 3 strikeouts for Joseph Webb, the 4 and 5 hitters have reached base, a solid single to left field and a hit by pitch. And Webster is the batter, right-handed hitter. Bats from the right side. Webb comes in, squares to bunt, hits it right back to the pitcher. He has one play, and covering the bag was Whit Reniger over at from his second base position. But the sacrifice bunt is a good one, and they move the runners over to second and third. And the batter now will be Camden Huckabee. Huckabee, a big kid. Poor old Caleb Jackson's getting his exercise in, that's for sure. Runners at second and third. The pitch takes one high and outside. Tommy and Martha Lee watching our broadcast today. I'm not going to comment on that comment, though. Basically, what they said was, "You sound pretty good for an old guy." I guess that is me. Webb checks the runners at second and third. Has the sign from Parker. The pitch outside and low. So leadoff single, then a hit batsman. They've got runners at second and third. No score. As Joseph comes in, the pitch is hit well to right field. The right fielder over for it. That's Brooks Poteet. Makes a catch right at his knees. But in to score, the first run of the ball game comes Kenny Lane. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI.
Now coming to the plate for Harden Valley, number 21, Wyatt Fellers.
And Wyatt Fellers is the batter. Wyatt, as I mentioned, he's a big rangy player. His dad was Joe Fellers, who played baseball for Oak Ridge. Actually, I think he struck out 18 batters in one game against Halls one night. I think that might be tied for the record. That pitch is outside. 1-0 as Fellers steps in. Joe had a very clean first inning, as I mentioned, but giving up a first run of the ball game. That pitch is up high. Tomorrow the Wildcats will play a 4 o'clock game, as I mentioned. Then this weekend, the Wildcats have a doubleheader. It'll be at Farragut, not playing the Admirals. They're playing a team from Florida, and I believe the Jefferson County Patriots. It'll be 12 and 3, I believe, the start times. That pitch is a called strike, and the count is 2-1. I told you, Caleb, it would get a little chilly. We're kind of in the shade here. I made him wear his jacket. There's a called strike on the outside half of the plate at the knees. 1-0 Harden Valley as we play here in the bottom of the second. Joe trying to get out of trouble. He's given up the 1 run. Feller swings and hits it foul back to the screen. Wildcats have 1 hit the ball game. There was a leadoff single by Warren East, but he was caught trying to steal. Wildcats went 1-2-3 in the top half of this inning. Feller's back in. The 2-strike pitch. Called strike 3, and he knew it. And that is out number 3. But the Harden Valley Hawks pick up a run. They do it on 1 hit, a couple sacrifices, and they leave a runner. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Here in Harden Valley, the Wildcats of Oak Ridge trail by a score of 1-0. And we'll be back to Harden Valley in a moment. Welcome back once again to Harden Valley Academy. We go to the 3rd inning. Wildcats down 1-0. It'll be Noah Wood leading things off for the Wildcats. He takes one down low. They ask for help. They say he did not swing, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. It's like old times seeing the Sharp family sitting in the stands here. I don't know how many years ago when Donnie was playing. How many years ago was that? It's been a long time. I know I was much younger for sure, so. Wow. But they're sitting here watching this game as that pitch bounces at about a foot in front of the plate, and the count is 2-0 to Noah Wood. Noah steps back in. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch to him. Hit well to right field. It's angling towards the fence. It's going to roll past the right fielder. He does make the play. Wow. I got kind of screened there by a spectator, and I thought there was no way in the world he could catch it, but he made a great catch, obviously, to retire Noah Wood. I thought that was going to roll to the fence, but that is out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. The batter now will be Jaden Cheverton. Good job there, Caleb Jackson. As Cheverton steps in, he squares to bunt, takes one at the belt for a called strike. No balls and 1 strike. Jaden's been pretty consistent for the Wildcats this year. Early season ball games, picked up some really big hits, and he hits that one foul, and he falls behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Whit Reniger is on deck for the Wildcats. The pitch is a called strike at the knees, and that's another strikeout. He's just throwing BBs right now. And that is strikeout number 3 for the Wildcats. And the batter will be the number 9 hitter, the sophomore second baseman, Whit Reniger. Kind of an interesting dynamic with Whit. Most people might know this as Whit squares to bunt, and that one's thrown away way back to the backstop. Almost took out our camera. As you can see, we've got a different view from behind the plate. you want to tell us on the chat if that looks clear and in focus, we'd appreciate that. 1-0 pitch to Witt is a called strike. Witt's dad is the principal here at Harden Valley. His kid goes to Oak Ridge. Of course, he was the principal at Robertsville several years ago. That pitch is outside, and the count is 2-1. All the strikeouts this year are going to be sponsored by the class of 1989, and they wish, that pitch is down low, a ball, they wish that other classes will get involved and kind of support the way he does. I mean, he supports every sport. Chris Corwin is the main guy as Witt takes one outside, and that's ball 4. The Wildcats have their second base runner of the game. Back to the top of the order we go to Warren East. Warren is 1 for 1 in the ball game. He had a single, as I mentioned, in the first inning, right up the middle, and was caught stealing. Yeah, the class of '89, they do a lot for our broadcasts, and they built that pavilion at Blankenship Field. And his wish is for other classes to get more involved. As that pitch bounces in front of the plate, not far enough for Witt to go anywhere, and the count is 1-0. Caleb, got your exercise in.
I did. That was definitely a far walk, but it was worth it because now we have a good angle.
Warren hits the ball foul back to the screen. I haven't been able to tweet here. I might have to hand you my hey. Let's see here. I'll get that to say. We'll do it between innings. Much easier. As the pitch to Warren is low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, one of our sponsors, along with Sexton Automotive. East Tennessee Spine and Sport as Whit Reniger draws a throw over to first and easily back to the bag. That's Donnie Sharp, the former Wildcat. Sexton Automotive, let's see, Fox Insurance Group, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. We appreciate the Fagan family. And, of course, Uncle Andy as well, as you see at the top of the screen. I think you might see it at the top of the screen. The pitch is a ball. I don't know Uncle Andy either, Caleb, but I think that's part of the Free family, honestly, and they've contributed to our broadcast. Warren back in, heading the count 3-1. The pitch, there's a called strike right down the middle, and the count full now, I believe, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Scoreboard's a long ways away for those tired eyes, Tommy and Martha. I think the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner going, pitch. Gets away, and that is ball 4. So the Wildcats have a runner in scoring position, back-to-back walks for the Wildcats. And the batter now will be the right fielder, Brooks Poteet. As I said, when in his first plate appearance, Brooks was injured in the Anderson County ball game. He had to sit out a few ball games, and there was some concern that, he wouldn't get back as soon as he did, but returned to the lineup last night and got on base a couple times. So it was good to have him back, as I mentioned. Pitch to him is a little bit low. Count is 1-0. Brooksy will be followed by Mikey Teasley in the Wildcat lineup. Checking the runner, Reniger back at second. The pitch, outside corner for a called strike, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Brooks bats from the left side. 1-0 Hawks. The pitch cut on a miss. Nice pitch there for the Harden Valley hurler. And Brooks will step back in. Right-handed pitcher. Inning started with a well-hit ball by Noah Wood, but great catch by the right fielder, and there's another strikeout as Brooks Poteet goes down swinging for out number 3. That's the 4th strikeout for the hurler from Harden Valley. We are live here at Harden Valley Academy. Right now, the Wildcats trail at 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd. We'll be back to Harden Valley in a moment. Number 9 hitter in the Harden Valley lineup will lead things off here in the third. 1-0 Harden Valley. This is Bryson Loveland, left-handed hitter against the right-handed throwing Joe Webb, and he throws one hard but high and out of the strike zone. The count is 1-0. Top of the order, looming on deck is Ty Sowers. That pitch is cut on and missed. And the count is even at 1-1 strike. 1-1 pitch is hit foul off the mid of the catcher, Parker Free. Wildcats won last night's ball game 9-1 in a chilly event at Bobby Hopkins Field. Caleb had to endure that. Got to be Caleb Riker. Pitch down low, evens the count at 2-2 strikes. Parker with a sign. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Cut on and missed. And that is a swinging strikeout, and that is strikeout number 5 in the ball game for Joseph Webb. And the batter now will be Ty Sowers. He was a strikeout victim. In fact, everybody in the Harden Valley lineup in the first inning struck out. He recorded the first 3 was with strikeouts, and he throws one a little bit low and outside to start Sowers off. He'll be followed by Dillon, also a strikeout victim back in the first. High and tight, 2 balls and no strikes. Thank you. Now I want you to go and change my oil. Okay. 2 balls and no strikes, the pitch. Hit in the air, softly to the shortstop, Noah Wood, who makes the catch for out number 2. Easy pop out to Noah Wood. Cam Dillon is the batter now. He was a strikeout victim looking back in the first inning. 1-0 Hawks as the Wildcats trail it in this district ballgame. The Wildcats 3-0 in district play. Pitch hit on the ground, 1 hop to Whit Reniger at second. Throws on to Isaiah Wilson at first. And out number 3 is recorded. So 3 up and 3 down. Much better inning for Joseph Wood. We go to the top of the 4th inning here at Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats trailing it by a score of 1-0. And we'll be back in a moment. David Clary back here along with Caleb Riker, Caleb Jackson here at Harden Valley Academy, where the Wildcats are trailing 1-0 to the Hawks. Wildcats undefeated on the year. They are at 8-0. It'll be Mikey Teasley leading things off, and first pitch, a half-hearted swing, and the count is 0-1. It'll be Teasley, Free, and Webb, the scheduled 3. All 3 players who have committed to various colleges to play ball next year and the year after. That ball is hit foul. Mikey, of course, is committed to play at the University of Tennessee. He's the senior in the group. The 2 juniors behind him Parker Free's going to go to Kennesaw State. Joseph Webb is committed to Vanderbilt. Pitch is just a bit outside, very close. Mikey back in. That one's a little bit low. Basketball state tournament's going on. I saw that Farragut was defeated today by 18 by Walker Valley. Bearden won their ball game, I think. As the ball's ripped to left field, the left fielder makes the catch on a line drive. Ball was hit right on the button by Mikey, but out. Wildcats have hit a couple shots, but have nothing to show for it. The Wildcats only have the one hit in the ball game, and that was the leadoff single by Warren East. Parker grounded out to short his first time, and he swings and he misses. And the count is 0-1. We're in the fourth inning. Wildcats trailing at 1-0. Wildcats had a 9-run explosion last night. Wildcats so far with only one hit in the ball game. Free back in, right-handed hitting catcher. Pitch to him. There's a called strike, and the count is 0-2. There have been games this year when the Wildcats have had to kind of grind it out to get some victories, and there's other games where they have just dominated totally. This appears to be one of those early grind-out type ball games as Parker swings and he misses, and an off-speed pitch is a strikeout victim. And that is the fourth strikeout for the Harden Valley pitcher, who is in a groove against the Wildcats. As the pitcher for the Wildcats steps in, that is Joseph Webb. Joe struck out looking his first time. He hits the ball hard to deep left field. That ball is going, and it is out of here. A home run by Joseph Webb. The celebration will take place at home plate, and we are tied, so that's how you do it. If your teammates and yourself haven't been getting anything going and you're the pitcher of record, score the run yourself, and Joseph Webb goes deep. The last time we called a game with him at McMinn County, he went deep, and the Wildcats have tied the game. One pitch and a solid liner over the left field fence, and the Wildcats have tied the ball game at 1. Caleb Jackson, well hit ball, and the Wildcats are tied.
Yes, sir. Joe's a great person. I love Joe. And apparently he's a good baseball player, too. I just realized that.
Most definitely. He's committed to play at Vanderbilt, so that's pretty good there. As that pitch is a little bit inside. I don't know if he called it a strike. The batter is Carson Fagan. Carson flew out to center field deep his first time. He swings and he misses there. One our score. Carson back in. Pitch, bounce to the plate. We appreciate the Carson and Kipton's family for helping us out with donation to our broadcast. If you're willing to help us out, we've got a lot of baseball to do. We want to try to do as many games as we can as Carson takes one down low. Carson's grandparents down in Texas, and I know they watch every one of our ball games, and we appreciate them. Carson back in, as I mentioned, he's 0 for 1 in the game. Cut on a miss, and he's going to have to throw him out. Here's the throw down to first, and Carson is out number 3. But the Wildcats tie the ball game up. Joseph Webb, a home run, and the Wildcats are tied with the Hawks 1-1. We'll go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. We'll be back to Harden Valley in a moment. Welcome back once again to Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats have tied the ball game on a home run by Joseph Webb, Jack Sparks, Kenny Lane, Jack Pate, the scheduled three in the lineup for the Harden Valley Hawks. Tomorrow the Wildcats will be playing at 4 o'clock. The original schedule was at 4 o'clock. I think it is Catholic still. I think that is the case. And the schedule has really changed. We were going to Sevier County to play 2, but the Sevier County decided not to have us there. So now we're at CAK, which is much better. It's a much closer trip for sure. And then on Saturday, the Wildcats do play a doubleheader against a team from Florida and I believe Jefferson County, starting at around noon. I think the first game is. The ball is hit in the air to left field. The left fielder, Carson Fagan, back on it. He's under it, makes the catch for out number 1. Long fly ball out, and Sparks is out number 1 here in the 4th inning. Batter now is Kenny Lane. Kenny scored their only run back in the 2nd inning. A walk, a stolen base, moved over on a sacrifice and came in to score on Camden Huckabee's sacrifice fly. Pitch is hit in the air. This time to Warren East in center field. Has to come in and can't make the play. And barely ticked off his glove, and that's going to be a single. Almost a nice play there by Warren East, but he just couldn't keep it in his glove as he had to dive for it. He came down, the glove hit the ground, the ball bounced out, and they've got a base runner. So the second time in the ball game that Kenny Lane has reached base safely. Like I said, he scored their only run. Jack Pate stems in. Was hit by a pitch his first time. Joseph comes to the plate. That one's high and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. I'll let you say that. 1 ball, no strikes. Joseph Webb goes over to first, and back to the bag easily goes the base runner. We're live here at Harden Valley on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. We appreciate Laura Lynn Green, State Farm Insurance, Oak Ridge class of 1989, who encourage other classes to get involved. Joseph, big lead, once again, back to the bag. I noticed yesterday in the ball game, the Hawks were very similar to the Wildcats in their approach. They were very aggressive on the base paths as Joe's trying to keep him close. The pitch is up high. We're kind of in close quarters up here. We're sitting in the Oak Ridge stands. Pitch to the plate is hit well to left field. Carson Fagan back on it, looks up. That ball is out of here. It's a 2-run home run by Pate. And just like that, the Wildcats are down 2 runs. They immediately got into a tie on the Joseph Webb home run, but that's Jack Pate with a home run. As Lane comes in to score, run number 2, and Pate obviously scores the 3rd run. It's 3-1. Harden Valley on top. We're in the 4th inning. Batter now will be Sasha Webster. The top 3 guys in their order have not been that effective. It's the 4 and 5 guys that have been able to get on base. Webster stands in. He had a sacrifice bunt his first time, so no official plate appearance. Parker Freeze, the catcher. Isaiah Wilson playing first. Whit Reniger is at second. Noah Woods at short. Mikey Teasley's at third. Pitch is hit foul off of either the umpire Rick Hendricks or the catcher Parker Free. The outfield, Carson Fagan in left. The center fielder is Warren East, and the right fielder is Brooks Poteet. Pitch, low and outside. 3-1 now. Harden Valley on top of the Wildcats. Oak Ridge 8-0 on the year. Trying to win their 4th district ball game. Joe comes in. The pitch is a called strike at the knees. And the count is 2-2. One out here, two in. Wildcats will have to go back to work in the fifth. Cut on and foul tipped in the mid, and that is a strikeout.
Coming to the plate now, number 28, Camden.
That is strikeout number 6 in the ball game for Joseph Webb. And the batter is Camden Huckabee. Huckabee drove in their first run on a sacrifice fly back in the second inning. So Kenny Lane has scored 2 runs in the ball game. One he drove in himself. The other on the sacrifice fly by this guy. Pitches up high, and the count is even at 1-1. Caleb Jackson. I don't know, let's go with the other shot there for a second as Joe is pitching. Oh, too dark, I see. I gotcha. That happened yesterday. Had a dark camera for whatever reason yesterday. Don't know why. I blame Caleb Riker. Not his fault. That pitch is cut on and missed. Foul tipped actually into the mid, and that's another strikeout. But the damage has been done here in this fourth inning. The Harden Valley Hawks put 2 on the board on the 2-run home run by Jack Pate. We go to the top of the 5th inning here at Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats down 3-1. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back to Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats find themselves down 3-1. It'll be the lower third of the Wildcat lineup. Noah Wood, Jaden Cheverton, and Whit Reniger. Scheduled 3 in Coach Travis Free's lineup. 3-1 our score. Harden Valley hitting the home run just a moment ago. That pitch just a little bit low to Noah. Noah hit the ball well to right field his first time, and just a brilliant play by the right fielder to retire him. The pitch is high and tight, and the count is 2-1. Noah playing shortstop, had a nasty collision earlier in the ballgame. Pitch to him is hit on the ground. Third base side, convenient hop. Throws high, but in time for out number 1. Jaden Cheverton, the batter now. Jaden was a strikeout victim, looking his first time. That was in the 3rd inning. We're in the 5th. The Wildcats down 3-1. Wildcats haven't had many games where they have trailed. That pitch is low and outside. Wildcat hits. The Wildcats have only had 2 hits in the ball game. Warren East had a single on the home run by Joseph Webb, and that's it. Webb has only given up 2 hits, but unfortunately, one of them was a 2-run bomb to give them the 3-1 lead. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch hit on the ground to the second baseman deep in the hole. It's going to be bang, bang, and he's makes it in time. So Cheverton with an infield single. The ball wouldn't hit that hard. Second baseman had to range just behind the bag to make the play, and Cheverton has an infield single. So maybe that's a start for something for the Wildcats as Witt steps in. He walked his first time. 3-1 Harden Valley. See how aggressive the Wildcats are on the base paths. Cheverton draws the throw to first, and easily back to the bag he goes. On deck is Warren East. Warren's reached base twice today. Here's another quick throw over. Easily back to the bag. Ritter hits the ball foul at the plate. The count is 0-1. We've got one out here in the fifth. The Wildcats down 3-1. Caleb Jackson working on our scoreboard. We're going to try to figure out a way to get another angle. That camera angle too dark. It's Cheverton draws yet another throw. The good thing about it, Caleb Riker, is we've got Caleb Jackson doing a lot of exercise up here. He has been moving. You know, the last time he helped with a ball game, he gave us his hamburger review. And nobody's ever said that Caleb Jackson has found a meal that he didn't like. I don't know many foods actually that he doesn't like, to be honest with you. Witt takes the strike at the knees. That evens the count at 2-2. One out here in the fifth. Wildcats running out of innings. We're still got a couple more to go after this one, but got to get things going here. Cheverton takes his lead. The pitch to Witt Reniger is hit foul. Back out of play and over the top of us. And the count remains at 2-2. Reniger, sophomore. Cheverton draws yet another throw. Easily back to the bag. Wildcats started their season with a victory over Central, then Maryville, Nolensville, a couple wins over McMinn County as Witt takes one outside. Wildcats with victories over Boyd Buchanan, and then last night a 9-1 victory over this team. It's proving a little bit tougher here today. Reniger back in, 2-2 pitch to him. That's high and outside, ball 3. Great for him to work a walk here, get the top of the order. Witt walked his last time. Cheverton, the base runner, at first base. Cuts free. Once again gives the signal to Witt. He stepped out of the box, and now he's ready. And the pitch to him, squares the bunt, hits it, bunts it up to the catcher. He feels it, throws in time. Ball just not far enough up the third base line, but really an interesting decision there to bunt. He had 2 strikes on him. He did lay the bunt down, and he is a good bunter. It did move the runner up to second, but now there are 2 outs. He just didn't get it far enough away from the catcher as Warren steps in. Warren steps in. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Runner in scoring position. The Wildcats down 3-2. 3-1, I'm sorry. Base hit could make it 3-2. Wishful thinking. Warren takes one. Looked a little high. Right at the belt, maybe just above it at the numbers. And the count is 0-1. Kind of an excuse me swing there by Warren East, and he fouls it back to the screen. Caleb Riker has just destroyed the tripod holding the camera. You might see it jiggle here for a second. Yep. Warren back in. 2 strikes. That's up high. About shoulder level, and the count is 1-2. Warren will be followed in the Wildcat lineup by Brooks Poteet. Warren's got to get on somehow. He's behind in the count, 1-2. That one just a bit high, just above the belt. Kind of tough to lay off, but he did, and the count is 2-2. Cheverton takes his lead off of second. The pitch. Warren swings and he misses, then he struck him out. So that's out number 3. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning here at Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats trail the Hawks by a score of 3-2. We appreciate you watching our ball games today on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. The Sharp family is leaving. Leah Sharp. You wouldn't believe it, but that lady in the blue right there played basketball for North Carolina.
I do know, David. I used to go to Kinetic and work out, so I guess this is a unpaid sponsor for Kinetic, but Kinetic's great. I love Kinetic, and I did used to work out there, and I love Leah. She's a great person.
She was a state champion Lady Wildcat back in 1997. Good to have her here. Our sponsors for Oak Ridge High School baseball this year, we've got a few. We've got Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance. We've got the Oak Ridge class of 1989. And Chris tells me, and I agree with him, he wants to encourage other classes to get involved and sponsor not only, our broadcast. Obviously, we want that, but, get involved and sponsor some of the other activities, band, sports, maskers, whatever you might want to be. Just get involved, and the class of 89 is very, very involved. Sexton Automotive, Todd Fox with Fox Insurance Group, East Tennessee Spine and Sport, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, and we like to thank the Fagan family as well, and of course Uncle Andy as well. That's all I know him as, Uncle Andy. It's up on the screen as the lower part of the order leads things off against Joseph Webb, who finds himself trailing 3-1. The ball is hit on the ground. 1 hop to Whit Reniger. 2 hops, actually. He fumbles it and can't come up with it. Ball was hit softly, and Whit made a good approach to it, but then just couldn't pick up the ground ball, and that is a leadoff base runner for the Hawks. And the batter now will be the 9-hitter. That'll be Bryson Loveland. I think that's him, maybe a different guy. That's what my score book says. That pitch is cut on and missed. I think Caleb Riker will thank me for telling him that he should get a jacket. He was going to come without one, but here's Caleb Jackson with shorts on. It was in the 40s today as he squares to bunt, takes a low. They got him picked off. Throw it. And here's the throw. Parker just a little bit hesitant to throw the ball. I agree, Mr. Witter. As Parker hesitated, he was caught in between first and second. That's a couple times now. Parker, who is really just a student of baseball, needed to deliver that throw much quicker, or they would have had him dead to rights. Squares to bunt. He bunts it foul. Back to the screen. And the count is 1-2. Top of the order. Ty Sowers looming on deck. They've got a runner at first. Nobody out. 3-1. The Wildcats trailing. Pitch. Inside corner. There's a punch out. That's strikeout number, let's see, 8 for Joseph Webb. And the batter now will be Ty Sowers. He's the leadoff man in their order. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game. He struck out in the first inning. Rounded out to Noah Wood back in the third. Good lead at first. The pitch. Hit on the ground. Mikey Teeley fields it nicely. They've got one at second. On the first, that's a double play. Really nice play. The ball was smoked to Mikey. Caught it on a short hop. He fired it over with that great arm that he has, and they turned it nicely, and that's a double play, and that gets the Wildcats out of this inning. We go to the 6th inning here at Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge trail the Hawks by a score of 3-1. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Harden Valley as the Wildcats. Brooks Poteet leads things off. Brooks is 0 for 2 in the ball game. First pitch to him is down low a ball. 3-1 our score as we are in the top of the 6th inning. Were you able to change the camera there? Looks like he did fix it. That pitch is cut on and missed. And the count is 1-1. Good job there, Caleb. That's a good-looking shot. Brooks Poteet steps back in. 1 ball, 1 strike, the pitch. That's a called strike at the belt, and the count is 1-2. Wildcats struggling for some offense. Oak Ridge only has 2 hits in the ball game, actually 3 hits. As Brooks steps in, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to him is a little bit outside, I guess. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wildcats had the leadoff single by Warren East in the first. They had the home run by Joseph Webb in the third. And the infield single by Jaden Cheverton. The ball is hit into right field. That's a base hit, and that's a solid knock for the Wildcat right fielder Brooks Poteet. And that is a good start for the Wildcats here in the 6th inning with the meat of the order. It'll be Mikey Teasley, Parker Free, and Joseph Webb, the scheduled hitters.
Next up, number 3, Mikey Teasley.
Mikey in this ball game, his last time he hit one deep to left field, hard, but it was caught, and he hits the ball on the ground. This time in the left field, that's going to be a base hit. It's going to be picked up by the shortstop in the grass, but it was too deep in the hole. There was no way in the world they were going to get Mikey. And a great start for the Wildcats, back-to-back singles. I mentioned the Wildcats only had 3 hits total hitting into this inning, and now they're up to 5 with back-to-back singles. The batter now will be Parker Free. Parker is 0 for 2 in the ball game, grounded out to short his first time. That was in the 2nd inning, and he struck out his last time. We have a little conversation on the hill. Thank you for watching our broadcast on our YouTube channel and on the chat. Caleb Jackson, I know you don't like to talk, but I'm going to make you talk. Anybody watching?
I'd like to thank Douglas Green Lee 7547. He's watching from Boise, Idaho. Says it's 80 degrees in Boise right now.
That's what he said last night on the chat. It's not. I'd say it's probably in the low 60s probably right now here. Much better than last night is when he told me last night that it was in the 80s. Here, it was 49 degrees at Bobby Hopkins. Yeah, it seemed colder because the wind made it. As Wildcats, good start here in the 6th inning, down 3-1. Parker steps in. He'll be followed by Joseph Webb. Parker, as I mentioned, 0 for 2 in the ballgame. The Wildcats will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow. That game will be at CAK. We'll have the broadcast for you as well. Hope you'll tune in. Well, actually, if you're in the neighborhood, we'll hope you'll come out to CAK and support these guys. They're fun to watch. 8-0 on the year, top 5 in the state. The pitch to Parker is low a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Joseph Webb, who accounted for the Wildcats' only run, is on deck for the Wildcats. Parker trying to get aboard here, and as we say, as that pitch is down low a ball, not far enough to get away. As Freddie Gonzalez would say, let's keep the train moving. Something like that. I think I'm close enough to that. Got to just keep anybody who steps in here, just keep it rolling here. Parker ahead in the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch, that's a called strike at the belt, and the count is 2-1. Let's try that view. Let's see what this pitch looks like. That's Parker Free. He's a right-handed hitter. Be ready to quick. Pitch is outside a ball. You kind of got a first-hand look at the view here. We're going to try, as the season progresses, we just haven't been able to do it with manpower and temperatures to do multi-cameras, and we tried it here tonight. Parker Free ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Nobody out, 2 on. The pitch to him, hit foul. Back our way. Off the netting. And the count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. The lead runner for the Wildcats is Brooks Poteet. Mikey Teasley's down at first. Here's the pitch to Parker. Cut on a miss. And a double steal for the Wildcats. And Parker strikes out for the second consecutive time. But the Wildcats do advance the runners. They're in scoring position with one out. And the batter is Joseph Webb. Joseph had a line drive home run to left field his first time. The double steal by Teasley and Poteet, who both reached with singles. As Joseph needs a big hit here. Outfield is deep. Big right-handed hitting junior. Where's the number 24? Has pitched well today with the exception of that one long hit. As that pitch, fastball, maybe a little outside. He signals over to the next batter on deck, who is Carson Fagan. Joe back in. 1-0 pitch. That's a ball. Good stop by the catcher. Keep it in front of him. There's not a whole lot of foul territory behind the plate, as you can see. Well, you can't really see, but there's not. Trust me on this one. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Joe. Ball 3. You would figure that Harden Valley, after seeing what Joe did the last time, wants to. Yep, there. That's what. Just as I was going to say it, I figured they'd go ahead and walk him. They don't want to deal with that. So the bases are loaded, and Carson Fagan is the batter. Carson is 0 for 2. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner into the ball game. That's going to be Kipton Fagan coming in. Kipton is a sophomore. Obviously, we all know Kipton as his big brother's batting. There's Carson. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game. Flew out to center his first time and was a strikeout victim his last time. Bases full of Wildcats. And Carson gets tired of waiting and steps out of the box. Right-handed hitting senior. His family watching our broadcast from Texas. He hits the ball on the ground. Third baseman, he boots it. They're going to get the one out at third, but the run scores. He fielded it cleanly. The ball bounced away, and the Wildcats have a run as Carson picks up an RBI on a fielder's choice, and it's 3-2. In the score, run number 2 was Brooks Poteet, and Noah Wood is the batter. Wildcats still with a runner in scoring position. The batter is Noah Wood. Noah 0 for 2 in the ball game. Hit the ball well to right field his first time. Grounded out to third his last. He's 0 for 2. Pitch to him is a called strike at the knees. And the count is 0-1. Carson Fagan, the runner at first base for the Wildcats. The lead runner is Kipton Fagan out at second. Mikey was the one who was forced out at third. Noah back in, the pitch to him. Hit foul. A little bit behind on that one. Hits the screen on the first base side, and he's behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 run in a 3-2 ball game here in this District 4 contest at Harden Valley as the sun begins to set. Noah takes one just a bit low, maybe a little outside. The count is 1-2. Noah is the number 7 hitter in the lineup. Runners at first and second. Noah steps back in. The pitch to him. That's up high. Right at the numbers. The Harden Valley fans thought that was strike 3, but it was high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 outs. 1 in. Pitch. Noah swings and he misses, and he struck him out. But the Wildcats do pick up a run. Wildcats had runners all over the place, but the Hawks were able to get out of it with only 1 run scoring. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Harden Valley Academy. The Wildcats undefeated on the year, trailing in the ball game by a score of 3-2. We'll be back to Harden Valley in a moment. Welcome back once again to Harden Valley Academy. Joseph Webb still on the hill for the Wildcats. His teammates got him a run. Still trails 3-2. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Hawk lineup. Cameron Dillon, the batter, he hits one foul back to the screen, and he falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Dillon, Sparks, and Lane in the Harden Valley Hawks. The lineup, the Wildcats will have the lower part of the order due up in the 7th inning. That pitch is up high, and loud grunt by Joseph as he delivers one, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. It'll be Jaden Cheverton, Whit Reniger, and then Warren East in the scheduled lineup as that pitch is hit in the air, foul territory. And giving it a look is Isaiah Wilson over at first, but it's well out of play, and the count is 1-2. Joe comes to the plate, 1-2 pitch, bounce to the plate, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tomorrow we'll have the ball game for you at 4 o'clock from Christian Academy of Knoxville. Hope you'll tune in for that. Ball is hit softly into center field. Not quite. To the shortstop it goes. That is Noah Wood. I thought the ball was hit a little bit better when it left the bat, but it was not. Noah makes the play, and that is out number 1. Jack Sparks, the batter now. He was a strikeout victim back in the 1st inning. Flew out to left field in the 4th. He bats from the right side against Joseph Webb. Pitch, there's a called strike. He's still humming it pretty good here in the 6th inning. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch just a bit high, and the count is 2-1. I believe the scheduled team is Catholic tomorrow. That's what the original schedule was. I know the game's at 4 at CAK. Cut on a miss. Strike 2. The count is even, and now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Saturday, 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock, I think, of the game times. Team from Florida and Jefferson County. The opponents, games will be at Farragut. Ball is hit foul territory, out of play. Heads up over to the right. The track meet's still going on. Some people have left. It's been kind of a fast-moving ball game. This is a district ball game. Harden Valley trying to avenge last night's loss, a 9-1 loss. Cut on a miss. That's a swinging strikeout. And I'll check this for sure in a moment, but I believe that is the 9th strikeout of the ball game for Joseph Webb. Let me do that quick count as Kenny Lane steps in. Kenny has been a thorn in our side in this game. He has scored 2 runs in this game, 2 of their 3. That pitch is up high. Yes, 9 strikeouts in the game for Joseph Webb. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch hit well. Might hit my car, even though my car's about 400 yards away. That ball was tagged, but well foul. Just a loud strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Joseph Webb on the hill for the Wildcats. Gone all the way. Trying to win his 3rd game of the year. That pitch is up high. Gets a kind of a razzing a bit from the Harden Valley people each time he throws one like that. He grunts when he throws that fastball, and they kind of razz him a bit. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch, cut on a missed. Trying to strike out his 10th batter. This is probably the best game. I mean, he's had some really good ones. He had the win against McMinn County in the rain-shortened game. He also got the victory over Maryville in game number 2 as that pitch bounces at the plate. He's 2-0. Wildcats have a couple pitchers. Mikey's 2-0. Joseph Webb is 2-0. Tri Sharp is 1-0. Carson Fagan 1-0. Isaiah Wilson 1-0. And Jackson Geary 1-0. But Joe trying to win his third game today. That's up high. And the count is, well, it's a ball. And it's a walk. And for the third time in the ball game,
Number 3, Jack Page.
Kenny Lane is the batter. And here is Jack Tate. Jack is the guy that has all the Wildcat fans unhappy right now. He hit the 2-run home run back in the fourth inning to give them the lead at that point, 3-1. It's now 3-2. There's 2 outs here. Runner at first. He's reached base safely twice. He was hit by a pitch his first time, and I guess if there's a way to get revenge on being hit by a pitch is the next time you bat, hit a 2-run home run, and that's what he did. He swings there. Couldn't check it, and the count is on the scoreboard 0-2. 2 outs, 3-2 our score. The Wildcats, one more chance as that ball is hit foul, gets over the top of the screen, and the count remains at 0-2. Thanks for watching our broadcast on our YouTube channel. As I mentioned, Laura Lynn Green's been a sponsor with us, football, basketball, and baseball. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch, fouled back to the screen. Also have the class of 1989, as we've been talking about. Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge. Todd Fox with Fox Insurance Group. East Tennessee Spine and Sport. Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty. The Fagan family and Uncle Andy. 0-2 pitch. Here's a quick throw. They might have him. He is going to be called safe. The throw beat him for sure, but the throw was on the third base side of the bag, and covering was Whit Reniger. He had to come across his body to put the tag on, and they've got a runner in scoring position and a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Jack Tate. Trying to get a little insurance as the Wildcats trail by 1. Right-handed hitter. Webb has the sign from Parker. The pitch. That's called strike 3, and that was right down the turnpike. And that's strike out number 10 for Joseph Webb. Well, Wildcats down 1 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Wildcats have 3 outs to work with if they want to avoid their first loss of the season. Our score is Harden Valley 3, Oak Ridge 2. We'll be back to 2. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back once again to Harden Valley. David Clary, Caleb Jackson, Caleb Riker. Wildcats have 3 outs to work with. They're down a run. Cheverton is the leadoff man, and he takes the strike. He'll be followed in the Oak Ridge lineup by Whit Reniger, then the top of the order, Warren East, and hopefully more after that. Got to get somebody on here. Got to get even as that pitch is down low. Great job of pitching by both starting pitchers today. Joe Webb, 10 strikeouts, gave up the 3 runs. Kind of tough as that pitch bounced to the plate. The count is 2-1. kind of tough. The guy that was on base when Joe gave up the home run, there was a line drive out to Warren out in center field, and he almost made a great player. And the ball just kind of ticked off his glove, and then the next guy hit the 2-run home run. Jaden's got to get on somehow. 2 balls and 1 strike to him. Oh, inside, had him ducking, but caught the inside half of the plate, and the count is even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. I know the Fagan family's watching down in Texas right now. We appreciate their support of our broadcast. Cheverton back in, 2-2 pitch, hit foul. Barely stayed alive, and the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you're watching us and you're able to get on the chat, tell us what you think about the multi-camera views that we have. We'd like to hear your input. 2-2 pitch. That's up high, ball 3. We really need Jaden to get on base here. Jaden on the game, had a single his last time. Struck out looking his first time. 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to him. That's ball. Oh, it's strike 3. And it was a borderline pitch, but no argument there from Jaden, and that is out number 1 here in the inning. Wouldn't surprise me if Whip puts a bunt down right here. Jonah Wolf is the batter. Thank you for telling me that. I didn't even notice. That pitch is on the inside corner for a called strike. Wolf will be followed by Warren East. The Wildcats 8-0 on the year. Looking at their first loss, unless they can get a couple across the home plate here in the 7th inning. Jonah back in. Cut on and missed. Kind of thought that they might put Wynn in just to bunt the ball because he's an excellent bunter, but he was replaced by Wolf. I almost called him Wood. He's behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, I don't know where that one was. Looked pretty good. The Harden Valley umpires didn't like the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wolf back in. Trying to close it out and send the Wildcats to their first defeat. Hit on the ground, first base side. Takes a funny hop. It's a race to the bag, and it's won by the Harden Valley Hawks. The Wildcats are down to their last out. Warren steps in. Warren is 1 for 2 in the ball game. He had a single to lead off the ball game, was caught stealing, walked his next time, and struck out swinging his last plate appearance. Pitch to him is a called strike. Wildcats haven't tasted a loss this season. Wildcats 3-0 in the district, 8-0 overall. But they're behind here 3-2. They're down to their final out. Hit him. There's a base runner. That's a good start. And I'm not sure what the umpire said, but Warren East is hit by a pitch. So he is the tying run. The batter now will be Brooks Poteet. Brooks is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Had a single, stole a base, and scored a run. We're going to have a conversation on the mound. Wildcats down 3-2 as we broadcast here from Harden Valley Academy. We appreciate you watching. Our broadcast will be on the air again tomorrow at 4 o'clock as the Wildcats take on, I believe, the Catholic Fighting Irish. The game is at CAK. Now that's a little bit confusing, but that's the case. That face you just saw on the camera was Caleb Jackson. He is doing our switcher work and scoreboard work. We've got another scoreboard we've used once. Weren't able to get it rolling. We didn't really have a whole lot of time to set up. We kind of had to change locations. In fact, we set up a camera where we were asked to set it up, and then that camera guy said, move it. You're in my way. So we did. So it took us a little while to get kind of set up. Let's see if Warren goes early as Brooks takes a ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Mikey Teasley's on deck. Wildcats have got one out to work with here. They're down a run. Warren with great speed at first, although he was caught stealing in the first, not going. There's ball 2. Down low a ball. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. 3-2, Harden Valley. Wildcats batting with Brooks Poteet. The pitch to him, runner not going. That pitch is another, well, that's a called strike at the knees, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. That one's called a strike, and the count is even. That was high and tight. Bridge umpires didn't like that one. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Wildcats perhaps down to their final strike. Warren East stayed put at first. Don't want to be thrown out on the base pass. Hoping this Brooks can get something done. He called strike 3, and that's the ball game. Harden Valley wins it by his final score of 3-2 here at Harden Valley Academy. That time, Poteet took that 3rd strike, and the Wildcats fall to 8-1 on the year. The Wildcats are now 3-1 in district play. Great job pitching by both starting pitchers, but unfortunately Joseph Webb takes the loss for the Wildcats. He is now 2-1. Struck out 10. That home run, that one home run by Jack Tate was the big difference in the ball game. We'll have our post-game show. We'll talk to the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Travis Free, as we are live here at Harden Valley Academy on our YouTube channel, Prep Radio. Final score, Harden Valley wins it by a score of 3-2. I'll be back with the highlights in a moment. So Harden Valley wins it 3-2. That's the final score. Taking a look at the statistics here. First for the Wildcats in the ball game. I'll run them down individually. Warren East in the ball game reached base 3 times, a single, a walk, and was hit by a pitch, and he struck out. Brooks Poteet, a couple strikeouts, a single, a run scored, and a stolen base. Mikey Teasley was 1 for 3. Mikey Teasley was 1 for 3, a strikeout, lined out to left field and singled and stole a base. Parker Free 0 for 3 in the ball game, grounded out to short and a couple strikeouts. Joseph Webb, a strikeout, a solo home run, and he walked 1 time. Carson Fagan was 0 for 3 in the ball game with a fielder's choice RBI. Noah Wood 0 for 3 in the ball game. Jaden Cheverton was 1 for 3 with a single. Jonah Wolf was 0 for 1. Whit Reniger was 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a walk. And the winning pitcher, the losing pitcher, was Joseph Webb. Joseph pitched a full 6 innings for the Wildcats, giving up only, I think, 3 hits in the ball game, maybe 2. Yeah, only 2 hits in the ball game. One of them was the 2-run home run, and the other, let's see, who was the other guy here? Looking at my score sheet, the other one was Kenny Lane, had a single. So he pitched a 2-hitter, but lost the ball game 3-2. He struck out 10, and he is the losing pitcher. Wildcats fall to Harden Valley by a score of 3-2. We do appreciate you watching our broadcast today, brought to you by Laurel and Green with State Farm Insurance, the Oak Ridge High School class of 1989, Sexton Automotive of Oak Ridge, Todd Fox, and the Fox Insurance Group, East Tennessee Spine and Sport, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, the Fagan family, and Uncle Andy. We're going to wait to speak to the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Travis Free. Take a break now. Appreciate Caleb Riker and Caleb Jackson for doing our technical work. Hopefully we'll be back with Coach Free in a moment. David Clary back here along with the Caleb's, Riker, and Jackson, where the news is not good. The Wildcats fall for the first time this season. The Wildcats are 8-1. More importantly, the Wildcats are now 3-1 in district play. Still with district games to go against Farragut, Lenoir City, Ray County, and Bearden. Those are the other games remaining in the district. The Wildcats opened up their season with a victory over Central, then wins over Maryville, Nolensville, McMinn County twice for their 2 district wins there. Anderson County, a 2-1 win. Boyd Buchanan, a run rule game, 11-1 the final score. Last night they beat Harden Valley 9-1, but today they lose 3-2. We're waiting to speak to the head coach of the Wildcats, Coach Travis Free. Get a chance to talk to him in a moment. He has just concluded his conversation with the Wildcat team. They'll be in action again tomorrow, and that'll be a 4 o'clock game, as I've been mentioning, at CAK. Then a doubleheader on Saturday beginning at 12 noon. The games to be played at Farragut. Then the Wildcats go on a road trip to Gulf Shores, Alabama, starting on Monday. Music still plays as we wait for the head coach of the Wildcats to join us here. Don't have a whole lot more to say, except, Caleb, did we have people on the chat that gave us some input on maybe on our camera positioning? No, okay. Well, I hope we had some viewers here as we wait for the Wildcat head coach to join us here. Final score of the ball game was 3-2, and I'm just trying to fill some time here. I can run down the schedule for the Gulf Shores ball games. First game will be on Monday, and that'll be a 2 o'clock Central Time ball game against North Little Rock, Arkansas. The game will be played at Gulf Shores. Then on Tuesday, 4:30 Central Time, they'll take on Fairhope, Alabama at Fairhope. Then on Wednesday, the Wildcats will play a doubleheader against Guntersville and Shades Valley. I believe those are Alabama schools. And if they have won and progressed in the tournament, they'll play in the semifinals on Thursday at Orange Beach or at Gulf Shores at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then on Thursday, the finals will be at 1:30. Last year, we went to Gulf Shores and were part of the broadcast, and we had to leave because we had to go to the state basketball tournament. The boys were still in it. As the game has come to a close here, as we are live at Harden Valley Academy. We're waiting for Coach Free to join us. I don't know if he will or will not. He normally does. He's not one of those guys who avoids the interviews after a loss, and hopefully we'll get him up here. If not, we'll speak to the wilderness man with the long shaggy beard, Jeff Ulrich, who's been in the woods of Canada for the last little bit. And he looks like what was that movie back in the 70s? I know it's before your time, but I'm trying to think of that movie back in the 70s where the long guy was out in the wilderness. I can't remember it. It's one of those things, but that's what Jeff looks like right now with that gray beard. I think if he lets it grow a little longer, Caleb, Santa Claus could be in his future in a mall coming close to you.
I might start asking him for my Christmas gifts now. You never know, David.
We're waiting for Coach Free. Caleb Riker is trying to track him down. The Wildcats fall 3-2. And we'll get him to come up here once again. Wildcats fall. And Coach Free is on his way. We'll let him sit next to me here. We'll do an off camera, if you don't mind, Coach. We got too much equipment going on here. As the track meet starts, Coach Travis Free joins us here. Coach, first off, best start of Oak Ridge baseball in maybe ever. I mean, an 8-0 start. I was going back, is at least in the last 35 years, the best start. But tonight you ran into a pitcher that was really throwing the ball extremely well. He kind of overpowered you, kind of kept you off balance. You had some opportunities, but just not a whole lot of hits going on tonight. And Joe pitched great, 10 strikeouts, gave up the 3 runs. But for the most part, I think he only gave up 2 or 3 hits too. And 2 good pitchers. Unfortunately, that 2-run home run was the difference in the game.
Well, like I just told the team, Joe was phenomenal. Best start he's had in Oak Ridge since he's been here. We out-hit him, but the only difference in the game is, like you said, they had a big hit and a big moment that gave them the padding, and we had, like you said, we had a bunch of traffic. We couldn't get that big hit, right? We had opportunities to get the big hit. We didn't, but that's a testament to that pitcher. He was phenomenal. He threw 3 pitches for strikes over and over and over. His velocity was in the 90s. I mean, he was doing everything. But this game here, right, it's inevitable at some point in baseball you're going to lose. It's also something that will make us a little bit better down the stretch. So now we've seen him and that he showed us everything he's got. And we're going to run against these guys again, and we're going to have an opportunity to play them again. So, I mean, it's part of it, and that's the great thing about District 4, right? That's the difference in District 4 sometimes in District 3. I mean, think about it. Last night we faced a Tennessee Tech commit that was throwing the ball 91, and today we had Huck up to 92 miles an hour today, which is another commit. I think he's going to Walter State, I think. So back-to-back nights you're facing college arms. Like, you just don't get that opportunity all the time to do that. But that's what makes us better. And to be honest, we were right in the game. We didn't do anything wrong. We didn't make any mistakes. We didn't make bad defensive plays that cost us. We didn't do any of that stuff to hurt us. We just couldn't get the big hit, and they did.
Yeah, one of the kind of typical baseball play, if Warren makes that play out in center field, he made a diving attempt. It ticks off his glove. That 2-run home run doesn't happen. But, I mean, that's – yeah.
Really? Was that the third out?
I don't think so, but it would, either way, it's baseball.
It would have been a solo homer. Okay, it would have been a solo homer probably. Yeah, but I mean, that's part of it. Like, think about it too. Like, that's what I told the guys too. Like, we hit in the first early innings, we hit 2 absolute barrels to the wall, and then Noah hits the backside. That would have been a double. The guy dives and almost turns his glove backwards and catches the ball. Well, that's baseball. That's the beauty of this game. That's the difference of what people don't understand about this game and all the other ones is just how those little things just it happens in this game all the time. And a testament, once again, that pitcher was phenomenal today.
Tell me about Joe Webb. I know he's a transfer from Pigeon Forge. I know he's a commit to Vanderbilt, I do believe. But I agree with you. I was saying on the way over here, the last time I saw him pitch was the McMinn County game, and his control was not there. But he came out, struck out the first 3 guys he faced today, and he was popping Parker's mitt. I mean, he was coming in, and the runs that he gave up, I mean, he was still humming the ball. He's a good-looking prospect, and that line drive home run was a thing of beauty too.
He had a great day today. I mean, really, he gets only the home run. He misses 2 fastballs away. He goes a 3rd fastball that gets his ball runs a little bit in. It ran in, got his barrel out there. He get the ball up in the air here. It's out of here. So it's just part of it. I mean, it's just the way the game is. And, I mean, we're going to be just fine. Our pitching staff just got better today. Cam's back today. He's officially got his stitches out. He'll be ready to go. We got to get him out there and get him in the game and get it going. I mean, we're going to be fine. We're going to start finding our way. And even though we got off to an 8-0 start, I still don't think we played our best baseball, which is great news. I mean, we haven't played a great baseball, and we're still winning.
Coach, I'll let you go here, but I want to talk about tomorrow and the weekend. I know tomorrow you've got a 4 o'clock game, I believe, at CAK. Is it against Catholic?
Tomorrow, 4 o'clock, we play a team out of Leesburg, Florida tomorrow, 4 o'clock start time. And then Saturday we play a 12:30 and a 3 o'clock back-to-back at Farragut. We play Jeff County High School, and we play Providence Academy. Remember we played them last year at Catholic. Good ball club, both of which are really good. I know Jeff County swept Maryville in their series that I saw, and then Providence Academy is defending. They're coming off of the state semifinals last year. So once again, two good opponents. We don't know a whole lot about Leesburg, Florida. I guess tonight when I get home and I decompress, I'll start to look up them and how they are. But I'm also going to have to give a couple guys a night off. Noah gets banged up right there. Probably give him a day off. Brooks is coming off of injury. Probably give him a day off, and then probably get Parker out from behind the plate. So I'm going to have to make some changes on some things, but we'll be fine. I mean, that's what we build it like that so that we can continue to roll and continue to play, but we should be good. We're going to start Isaiah Wilson on the mound and then probably go straight to Cheeto tomorrow just to kind of get him in the game and get him going.
The only baseball team I ever remember around here going undefeated in the season was Todd Helton Central Bobcats team way back in the 90s. Coach, just your final comments on this game.
All right, two great pitchers, a great high school baseball game, a beautiful night, and unfortunately, Harden Valley got the big hit and we didn't. But I mean, to me, this makes you better, and this is what it's all about. And I'm fired up about it. I think our team's going to be just fine. And to be honest, a loss sometimes is good for you. You know, it's good to kind of recharge you, refocus you, be ready to go tomorrow.
Coach, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Coach Travis Free, the Wildcats fall today in this one. 3-2 is your final score. The Wildcats, as we mentioned, will be back in action tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And I'm glad we got clarification on who they're playing. Appreciate Caleb Riker and Caleb Jackson for doing our technical work. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 4 o'clock from CAK. For Caleb Jackson, Caleb Riker, this is David Clary saying until tomorrow.